Sure. Sebastian Traeger, Razoo.com. So we are building a platform to connect donors and charities. We're trying to build using the phraseology of this panel we were just listening to, we're trying to connect donors to needs in the most direct way possible. And so we let every nonprofit put their kind of needs out there in the form of projects so that donors can then come and choose from the thousands of projects on the site to give to any nonprofit. We do some fairly basic things right now. I think it's an area where we definitely need to grow in. I mean, right now it's very basic. Facebook connects, so anyone can use their Facebook account to create an account. They don't need a separate password or anything. They can obviously post everything they do back to Facebook. We also have like a fairly basic kind of set of sharing tools to get your stuff into Twitter, etc. So, but it's definitely an area where what we're trying to do is make it much easier for everything that happens on our site to also show up in a feed, either on Twitter or Facebook or both. Well, I think that some of the trends they pointed out where the brand of the nonprofit is becoming less important to people, and what's becoming more important is I see a need and I want to meet it. And of course there's got to be some physical agent in the middle of it to provide, if nothing else, a tax receipt, quite honestly, but also just to kind of vet that it's okay, there's a real need here, we've checked it out. So I think the future is really this donor connecting directly with the need. But the way we think about a quote nonprofit being like, that's not even that relevant anymore. That's just more the physical agent or the organization that's behind it. But really I think what we're going to see is that idea breaking down that I give to a nonprofit. No, what I give to is a person in need, and I happen to get a tax write-off for doing that if I do it through this channel. That is a great question. I think what I think nonprofits need to do, and this is what our entire site is about this, is we help nonprofits, and again, we help them tell their stories to donors in a way that is compelling and easy for donors to digest. So whether that be about the entire nonprofit or about a project of the nonprofit, we help them tell their stories by using a video, a photo, some text, and really connecting with donors at that really relational level. So that's what we think is the most important need today. What we think in the future is that in addition to a story, we think the stats are also important, and that's kind of the S's we talk about. Is it's not only a compelling story, but it's also the stats, and the stats are really proof that whatever money you've given actually had an impact in the way that you said it was. We don't really think that the broader market cares about that right now, so we think most donors are just like, okay, it's a cool story, it moved me, I'm going to give. And so we see it's actually still a few years off until the stat part becomes equally as important.